Hello everyone, it's a pleasure to be here with you all. Whether it's your first time joining us or you're a regular, we're thrilled to have you with us. We've got some fascinating tales lined up for you today, stories that will thrill, chill, and fill your hearts with wonder. So get comfortable, let your imagination take flight, and prepare for an unforgettable journey into the world of storytelling. Welcome to Tales from the Desk. Tonight's story is The Spectral Beacon of Fort Hargrove. Let us begin. Once upon a time, in the small coastal town of Fort Hargrove, the lighthouse was the lifeblood of the community. It not only served to guide seafarers safely to shore, but it was also home to an annual summer fair that brought people from far and wide. One summer evening, during the fair, a sudden storm hit the town. Boats struggled against the ferocious waves and harsh winds. The town turned to the lighthouse for guidance, but to their horror, its light was not shining. The lighthouse keeper, Old Man Jeremiah, had never once let the light go out. In the chaos, several boats wrecked against the rocky coast. When the storm abated, a group of townsfolk ventured to the lighthouse to investigate. They found the door wide open, swinging in the chilling wind. They climbed the spiraling staircase, the once jovial laughter of the fair replaced by an eerie silence, punctuated by their own nervous breaths. Upon reaching the top, they found Jeremiah slumped over the lighthouse mechanism. His heart had given out, the stress of the storm too much for him. They noticed something else, something stranger, a journal, filled with hurried, frantic entries. Jeremiah had been seeing things. Shadows that moved on their own, objects being moved or gone missing, strange noises echoing in the night, and a constant feeling of being watched. The last entry, written during the storm, mentioned a figure standing outside the lighthouse, watching him. He had gone out to confront it, leaving the lighthouse unattended. With Jeremiah gone, the town sought a new keeper. The job fell to a young man named Ethan. Ethan was skeptical of ghost stories and was certain he could keep the lighthouse running without a hitch. But within a week, he too began to experience odd happenings. Objects moved, sounds echoed, and he felt an unshakable feeling of being watched. One evening, during a raging storm, Ethan saw the figure. He took up his lantern and went to confront it. As he stepped outside, he heard the lighthouse door slam shut behind him. He rushed back to open it, but it was locked from the inside. Stranded in the storm, he looked up to see the lighthouse light extinguishing. Panic washed over him, but then he saw the figure again. It was Jeremiah, transparent and ethereal, a sorrowful expression on his face. He pointed towards the sea, and as Ethan followed his gaze, he saw a boat struggling against the stormy sea. Jeremiah then moved through the locked door, and a moment later, the lighthouse beam cut through the storm again, illuminating the rocky coast. Ethan understood then, Jeremiah was still watching over the lighthouse and the town he loved so dearly. The townsfolk found Ethan the next morning, huddled outside the lighthouse, the door unlocked, and the light still shining brightly. He recounted his story, but many dismissed it as the ramblings of a sleep-deprived keeper. But Ethan knew the truth. He and Jeremiah continued their vigil over the sea, guiding lost ships to safe harbor. The peculiar happenings never ceased, but Ethan learned to live with his spectral partner, honoring his dedicated service and cherishing the eerie peace of their shared solitude. And so, the town of Fort Hargrove still stands, with its annual summer fair, its proud seafarers, and its haunted lighthouse, casting a ghostly beam over the stormy sea, a beacon of comfort and a chilling reminder of the town's spooky past. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight on Tales from the Desk. We hope you've enjoyed the stories as much as we've enjoyed sharing them with you. Before we say goodnight, we want to remind you to continue the journey with us. Be sure to follow us on YouTube and TikTok for more tales that will thrill, chill, and fill your hearts with adventure and wonder. We have so many more stories to share, and we can't wait to explore them together. So, until next time, keep your imagination alive and remember, every page turned is a new adventure waiting to unfold. Goodbye, take care, and we'll see you on the next episode of Tales from the Desk.